Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
So, hello student. So, as we were discussing in the previous class about unit operations which is required for the recycling process. So, today we are going to talk about MRF, the material recovery facility, and again I will show one more video, so that you people can understand how this unit operation will operate inside the MRF stations. And also I have one more special video from Indore, which is a well known city now in India, one of the cleanest city. So, they also started some material recovery facilities. So, that also I will show it, and also I will discuss about some of the important design criteria about MRF. Also, what are the different issues need to be discussed before finalizing the MRF locations. Okay. So, we are in the same functional element. So, this lecture on material recovery facility. So, before directly going to the material recovery facility, I will just talk about word you can remember, drop off center. Maybe in India this word never has been used, but in the European country and developed country, this is one of the very well known word. Is a drop off center and buyback centers also, which I am going to show in the next slide. So, what do you mean by this drop off center is to drop the recyclable matter from the residential local residence in one of the location. Okay. So, this drop off center could be possible in any residential location, especially in the commercial area. There could be one special location where anybody, any residential people or commercial person can drop the recyclable matter, and especially the bigger size of waste recyclable matter like table or any bigger kind of materials which is difficult to store in the household dustbin. So, how we can give it to the collection person is very difficult, and these are all things are the recyclable one. So, those things we can put it into the drop off center. So, you can see here one of the drop off center in Malaysia. So, where anybody can go and drop the recyclable matter, and one more like some of the countries like Malaysia, Indonesia also, when they started the awareness for segregation of the waste, they also started this kind of drop off centers, and anyone will give the waste, dry waste, recyclable matter, they will get some kind of another item, they will get it from the center, so that more people can come and drop the recyclable matter into such stations. So, this was one of the very easy method to get the recyclable matter, especially the bigger kind of materials which is not able to collect by the collection crew, primary collection crew, or which is somewhat difficult to transport the waste from the one location to another location. And so, this was one very good idea. In India, I think drop off centers have not started, but at least in the Swachh Bharat mission, corporation is asking to give to the crew member itself the whatever could be recyclable material is getting produced. This is another drop off plants into the Malaysia only. So, here you can see there are some money also people are getting. Somebody is dropping the waste into the drop off center. And now is another word, buyback center. So, It is also possible that somebody is disposing the waste, and the same waste could be possible to utilize by the other people. So, in the same location, even the drop off center itself could be possible to have buyback centers also. So, same old material is getting buying by the some, maybe some of the residential people, or could be possible that somebody, the recycling people, those who are recycling, they can also buy waste from these kind of stations. So, here one of the photograph, buyback center in the, again in the Malaysia. So, it is established to residents to purchase clean recyclable material, and the same material they can be also used for their purposes. So, this is the buyback rate also, this is same from the Malaysia. So, cardboard, magazines, newspaper, plastic, metal. So, they will get some kind of money or some kind of money they have to pay to buy this kind of different recyclable matter. Okay, you can see here, especially the aluminum, and aluminum is very costly. Okay. So, by that way some amount of money will get it in the this buyback center also can be useful for the local corporation. This is another buyback center, and could be possible that in the same location is a drop off center, and same location buyback center could be possible. Okay. This is another buyback center, this is in the USA. So, this many programs have made drop off center to increase the awareness to the local people, or participation of more people, or more residents or household people. And some centers have been made convenient to use the different way, such as like drop off point is the shopping mall, because most of the people are going to the shopping mall. So that they, if they are finding the drop off center there, so they can come up with this kind of recycled matter and can drop into the shopping mall itself. And combination of buyback and drop off center at MRF, that is also one of the thought behind the combination of the both drop off and buyback centers. And mobile container center, which can be periodically moved to the different location. So, this is also possible that rather than having the only one location, these drop off centers or buyback centers, could be a mobile container facility could be possible. So, these mobile containers can go in the different areas, and maybe in the day wise, week wise, they can be a one location, next week they will go to the another location. So, by that way the lot of amount of recyclable matter will come up very easily to the local authorities. So, now we will go for MRF, okay, material recovery facility. So, material recovery facility or multi reuse facility is a specialized plant that receives, separate and prepare recyclable matter for marketing to end user manufacturer. That is the major idea about the MRF or material recovery facility, which will receive the lot of amount of dry matter, which will get separated also, and also prepare the material for the subsequent use, or could be give to the end user manufacturers. So, you can see it here, this is the unit operations only for the separation purpose in the MRF. This is one of the another photograph from the US. This is what one video, around 5-minute video, how this material recovery facility will work or how this will show inside MRF facility. Actually, this is again the how this unit operation will work together inside the MRF facilities.
Residential single-stream material is brought to the MRF and dumped on the tipping floor.
This is coming to the recycling facility, getting stored.
Start of the system. Advantages of the drum feeder include improved
This is the first feeding.
an even flow of material. While the machine feeds the system, the loader operator is free to perform other duties like organizing the tipping floor. From the drum feeder, the material is inclined to the first pre-sort station, where workers remove large, bulky items.
So, this is a bigger particle is getting manually getting segregated,
Smaller
is going to the screen. There will be different kind of screen.
material like cardboard
So, here you can see from the screen the bigger kind of materials are getting segregated,
to break and remove the glass and other
and this is one of the shader. So, after shading the smaller particle
glass moves to a
from that glass or metal will get separated.
The system screens material into 4 fractions. Loader size, 5
These are 4 different sizes
and lights.
light. Okay.
Remaining material now goes to a second pre-sort. Workers remove any small trash items, grocery bags, and small cardboard that fell through the OCC screen. Removing film and small OCC prior to the single screen screens is key to the system's success. The material drops onto an anti-wrapping OMP screen. This is the first of 3 screens designed to separate fiber from containers. The anti-wrapping feature dramatically reduces maintenance. After several hours of operation, the screen has
This is the screen.
material wrapped around
Okay.
the shaft.
This is a different kind of screen.
Large 2D fiber is scalped up and over the screen and goes through quality control, where contamination is removed by hand. The clean fiber end product flows into a storage conveyor for future baling. This process is repeated on 2 more screens with progressively tighter spacing to maximize fiber recovery. Each of the 3 screens has its own QC line, access to a conveyor that takes any flat containers back to the container line.
So, PET bottle and aluminum
Left on the third screen
materials.
bounce back and are conveyed to an optical sorter for final fiber removal. The Tomra AutoSort 4 recovers any remaining fiber prior to the container sort line. It identifies 2D sheet paper as well as 3D box board. Ejected fiber goes back to the mixed paper QC line for recovery. The remaining material is conveyed to the container recovery line, which is comprised of 3 additional AutoSort 4s.
So, here is the PET, HDP and PP bottles. Plastic is getting segregated.
The containers then travel under an overbelt magnet.
This
powerful
is magnetor.
lifts all ferrous cans from the transfer conveyor and discharges them into a storage bin for baling. The material that passes under the magnet drops onto a manual container sort line. With all other commodities recovered, the remaining material drops off the manual sort belt onto an eddy current separator. The eddy current propels aluminum cans over a separation gate and onto a quality control conveyor.
So, you see the plastic material is getting segregated.
Air transport system. The final recovery station is located on the main platform to allow one sorter the chance to recover any fibers or
So, that was the air classification.
all stored material.
So, where the light and heavy material is getting segregated.
No shear holograph HVC 120S. Both machines are capable of baling all commodities to achieve true baling redundancy.
So, this is the final products of segregated material.
Contact us for more information on this system or for a tour of the facility.
Okay, so you saw the video. The video is again the unit operations, how they are working together, and along with the mechanical facilities also required the lot of manpowers for manual segregation also for different material. This is the simple recap. You can read for as in notes and the similar one. I think I tried to same video, the different points I put it in this slide. Okay, similar way. So, the larger pieces of cardboard is getting removed from the mixed material. Likewise, so finally, that air classification is used to separate key plastics such as HDPE and PET. So, now we will go for different type of MRF. So, there are two major type of MRF. The first is the clean MRF, okay. Another is a dirty MRF. So, that discussion I will do it later on. So, first we will see that what do you mean by clean MRF. So, the clean MRFs are which received source segregated mixed recyclable material or segregated MSW from residence or commercial sources. Segregated means there is no biological material into the segregated material, okay, which already we were talking from the last few lectures, already segregated at household level, dry waste and wet waste. So, only this dry waste which is a mixed one of different recyclable matter or combustible matter which is getting received at the clean MRF. So, this is one of the photo of clean MRF. So, there are different type of again the type of clean MRF. The first is a single stream, that is all recyclable material are mixed. So, all the recyclable material are mixed together. Okay. So, you can see here the entire all kind of materials are together. So, lot of manual segregations are required in that case. Next is the dual stream or source separated recyclables are delivered in a mixed container stream consisting of glass, ferrous metal, plastics, aluminum, other non-ferrous metal, that is a dual stream. Okay. And another one is a mixed paper stream. So, there could be possibilities of the paper stream will be different and the materials like glass, ferrous metal, plastic, this will be in the separate stream will come up. So, based on that we can see the different type of clean MRFs. So, this is the you can see this is one of the photograph of end product in the clean MRF. So, this is ready for the shipping to the market or end user manufacturer directly, okay. And the idea behind the clean MRF is that the percentage of residuals should not be exceed 10% by weight of the total delivered stream, and in many cases it can be a significantly low 5% or less than 5%. So, you understand this is the one of the very important issue about the clean MRF, means the idea of the clean MRF maximum 10% or even less than 5% non-recyclable matter will come up from the such MRF. Okay. So, means almost more than 90% or 95% of materials are recyclable and that directly we can transport to the end users or for the market purpose. That is the major idea behind the clean MRF. Now, the dirty MRF that is a mixed waste processing facility also we can say that. So, here it which receive the solid waste stream from the separate recyclable material through a combination of manual and mechanical sorting. Now, here entire materials are mixed where biological matters also is there and dry matters also is mixed together. So, that was the idea about the dirty MRF. This is the special idea about the commingled waste, how base they will be able to separate the recyclable matter. So, this is the one of the photograph of waste stream of dirty MRF. So, the type of MRF ensure that sorting of 100% of the incoming waste stream leading to a greater number of material for recovery. So, idea was that whatever is the possible to get the recyclable matter from the such kind of MRF. And this type can recover from 5 to 45% of incoming material as recyclable and remaining will go to the disposal site or landfill sites. Okay. Though this was the different idea compared to the clean MRF. Here the maximum recovery could go maybe 45% or 50%. In India also the 50% is a biological matter. So, remaining could be a recyclable matter, but is not entire is a recyclable matter. Maybe 20-25% will go inert materials also, or construction and construction kind of materials also will come up. This is one of the photograph from the USA. So, now we will see the advantage and disadvantage of dirty MRF. So, advantage could be a increase participation rate for source separated recycling collection system and prepare fuel product or feedstock for conversion technology. So, is already there is no source segregation. So, obviously, whatever segregated material we will get it or combustible matter we will get it, that is highly beneficial in this case. So, higher recycling rates compared to the curbside or other waste collection system. So, if the waste collection services are curb collection services, and there is no house to house segregation also, in curb entire materials are receiving at the curb area, and commingled waste has to be collected by the local authorities. So, in that case is possible that many of the recyclable matters can come up from the these kind of MRF, and the recovery rate higher than the clean MRF. So, here the recovery rate means because there the entire is a segregated material in the clean MRF, but here is a mixed one. So, the from mixed one 50% of getting also percentage, that is very good in compared to the clean MRF. Now, the disadvantage is could be that greater contamination of recyclables. So, it is possible that when you are targeting the plastic separation, so obviously possible to get some paper contamination into the plastic, that is also possible. And challenging process since deal with the mixed waste stream. So, obviously it is very challenging. So, lot of mechanical as well as manual segregations are required. Installation is very expensive, because it is a dirty one. So, unit operations could be a very strong enough to get the separated material. Operation costs are high. Operation cost means lot of manpowers will be required, lot of energy will be required to run the such kind of MRF, labor intensive. So, obviously, lot of manpower will be required in this case. So, this is one of the news I found at MRF at New Delhi railway station. Before 10 years, 15 years, when you used to visit the New Delhi railway station, it was very problematic one, and waste nobody used to be collect, but because of one of the NGO, they worked together with the New Delhi railway station, and they tried to install one small MRF stations operated by the one of the NGO. You can see here one of the case study. So, this is one of the MRF stations in the New Delhi railway station. The railway has been working with Safai Sena. Safai Sena they called as in these manpowers, and work with the Chintan, that is a non-profit organization, one of the NGO. They achieved the zero waste goal since 2012. The MRF at the New Delhi railway station stands on a former garbage dump, which has been transformed to provide a clean working space for the trained rack pickers to carry out their livelihood. So, what they had done, this New Delhi railway station authority and along with the non-profit organization, they had asked the local rack pickers, because already these local rack pickers, they were collecting the recyclable matter from the railway station. So, by along with that, they started one small MRF stations. So, here they were segregating the recyclable matter. So, this was one news, 70 workers were working in the New Delhi railway station. This was the one of the MRF construction. So, this non-profit organization proposed a MRF station and spent its own fund to build and equip it, and which used to be handle this both dry and wet waste, but in the segregated way. And the team of waste pickers carried collected waste to the MRF. So, only these local rack pickers are ununiformed manpower, they used to collect the waste, they are collecting the waste from the railway stations. So, you can see here these are the team of waste pickers, they called as a Safai Sena from the railway stations. So, all kind of waste, whether it is a dry waste or wet waste. This was another news, the waste free New Delhi railway station having the MRF stations. So, what they are doing it, the wet waste is composted using both as an organic waste composter and aerobic peat composting. Dry waste is segregated into more than 12 categories and recycled. So, the same authority, only waste which cannot be treated such as meat bones or plastic bags containing filthy items are taken to local landfills. And New Delhi railway station does not pay any amount of Safai Sena and Chintan. See, that was very important thought. This New Delhi railway station authority, they never paid any amount to the Safai Sena or Chintan. The compost values was 15 per kilo and free of cost is given by Safai Sena to the railways for its own use and as it sees fit. So, they were selling the recyclable matter and this Safai Sena and Chintan, and they were also selling the compost having value of 50 rupees per kg. So, by that way they were getting the money for the operation cost, they were getting operation money from the by selling of this kind of product. So, this is one more video, because everyone knows from last 2 years Indore is becoming one of the cleanest city or best clean city in India. So, they are also started the one small recycling facilities. So, you can see in this video. I think this video in Hindi they are saying, but you can easily understand.
सूखे व जैविक कचरे के पृथक निपटान के लिए कई अनूठी पहल की हैं। इंदौर शहर से प्रतिदिन 450 टन सूखा
So, this was the primary collection,
या रिसाइकलिंग के लिए
dry and wet.
ट्रांसफर स्टेशन से एक बड़े कैप्सूल वाहन
Now,
में
this was the transfer
ट्रांसफर
station. So, I was talking
देवगुराया
about
स्थित
the
ट्रेंचिंग
small
ग्राउंड
vehicle,
पर भेजा
and from
जाता
that
है, जहां इसका वजन कर मटेरियल रिकवरी फैसिलिटी में आगे की प्रक्रिया के लिए भेज दिया जाता है। यहाँ पर लगभग 500 रेक पिकर्स के माध्यम से
So, you
सूखे
see here
कचरे से
entire only the
प्लास्टिक,
dry matter
पेपर, कार्टून,
are
कपड़ा,
receiving,
ग्लास, लेदर,
and their different
मेटल
components
स्क्रैप,
are getting
पॉलीथीन,
stored.
लकड़ी आदि को अलग अलग कर रिसाइकलिंग
I
एवं
think it's more than
reuse
12
हेतु
different
उपयोग किया
components
जाता है।
are getting separated.
इंदौर नगर निगम द्वारा 200 एवं 250 टन क्षमता के 2 मटेरियल रिकवरी फैसिलिटी स्थापित किए गए हैं। इन दोनों मटेरियल रिकवरी फैसिलिटी की कुल लागत 3 करोड़ 91 लाख है। यहाँ विभिन्न मशीनों द्वारा इस सूखे कचरे को रिसाइकिल किया जाता है, जैसे
this was the screen,
प्लास्टिक से मिट्टी हटाने हेतु
and
पटका
the
मशीन,
light
प्लास्टिक
materials
की
are
बारीक
by air
कटिंग हेतु
classification.
श्रेडर मशीन, प्लास्टिक
And
से
this is
गट्टा
shredder.
या प्लास्टिक रॉ मटेरियल बनाने हेतु इग्लो एवं गट्टा
So, this is
मशीन
from
आदि।
plastic,
इन
one of the
मशीनों
product
द्वारा
they were
विभिन्न
making.
प्रक्रियाओं के माध्यम से प्रतिदिन 25 से 30 टन पॉलीथीन को रिसाइकिल किया जाता है तथा बारीक कटे हुए प्लास्टिक को रोड बनाने में एवं सीमेंट प्लांट में ईंधन के
For
रूप में
road
उपयोग किया जा
construction,
रहा है।
the small
साथ
size
ही
plastic they were
गट्टे
using.
का उपयोग प्लास्टिक पाइप्स एवं अन्य प्लास्टिक वस्तुओं के निर्माण में किया जाता है। इंदौर नगर निगम द्वारा 17 कबाड़ियों को मटेरियल रिकवरी फैसिलिटी से जोड़ा गया है तथा सूखे
So,
कचरे से
17 rack
निकलने
pickers,
वाले
they
विभिन्न
were
मटेरियल्स
working.
को वहीं पर खरीदने एवं स्टोर करने हेतु जगह उपलब्ध कराई गई है। साथ ही यह भी सुनिश्चित किया जाता है कि कबाड़ियों द्वारा खरीदा गया मटेरियल प्रतिदिन रजिस्टर्ड रिसाइकलर्स तक ही पहुंचे। इसके अलावा
that is also
प्रतिदिन
good thought.
सेग्रीगेट किए गए कचरे की जानकारी
कि
एवं
whatever these
कबाड़ियों द्वारा
rack pickers are collecting
recyclers को भेजे गए
material,
मटेरियल
that is
की
being noted
कंप्यूटराइज्ड रिकॉर्ड कीपिंग की
properly.
जाती है, जिससे प्रतिदिन के सेग्रीगेशन व इससे प्राप्त मटेरियल्स का हिसाब प्राप्त हो सके। नगर निगम द्वारा अधिकृत संस्थान बेसिक्स की निगरानी में इस पूरी प्रक्रिया के अलावा कबाड़ियों के माध्यम से प्रतिदिन रैक पिकर्स को उनके द्वारा एकत्रित किए गए कचरे की मात्रा के अनुसार भुगतान किया जाता है।
So here a
शुरुआत
weighing
में
facility.
कबाड़ियों द्वारा
So whatever
रैक
is
पिकर्स को
segregated,
कैश में भुगतान
they are getting
किया
money
जाता था,
for
जिसमें सुधार करते
segregation.
हुए वर्तमान में सभी रैक पिकर्स के पहचान पत्र बनाकर बैंक खाते खुलवा दिए गए हैं, जिसके माध्यम से इन रैक पिकर्स को शीघ्र ही कैशलेस ट्रांजैक्शन द्वारा भुगतान की सुविधा मिलने लगेगी तथा ये रैक पिकर्स डिजिटल ट्रांजैक्शन से भी जुड़ने लगेंगे। इस प्रकार इस पूरे मॉडल को फॉर्मल सेक्टर
So is the entire operation is a manual one
को
only.
रोकना सुनिश्चित किया
And in
जाएगा।
India that is very beneficial also.
कचरा बीनते थे और कई सारे चीजें उसमें से निकालते
So
थे।
this is
हमने
one of
उनको
the
ट्रैकिंग
ladies.
ग्राउंड पे एक व्यवसाय भी दिया है, उनको प्रतिदिन 500 से
So
1000
the I
हम
thought behind
देते हैं और
the
वे
operation of this
सभी
MRF.
चीजों
Here
का
in this MRF
segregation
station we
करते
did
हैं।
not get any
उनको
kind of
व्यवसाय भी
mechanical
मिला और
separation
जिस तरह से
facilities
उनको भटकना
because
पड़ता था
in
शहर में।
India
सुबह-सुबह
we
5
need
बजे
lot of
ठेला
jobs
लेके छोटे
and
बच्चों
these
को लेकर
suppose
बारिश
if you
में
start the all mechanical separation system how where these rack pickers will go. So obviously the rack pickers were trying in informal way of collection of this dry matter. So they asked these same rack pickers to segregate manually and based on their segregation they will get some payment also from the local authority. Now we will see the engineering considerations of the MRF stations. So whenever we thought of to have the MRF station, so we need to have discussion of first the selection and function of MRF, which depends on what is the role of MRF. Now here we saw the two different videos. The one of the video is saying that there is a entire mechanical system, another is a purely a mechanical system. Objectives are different, but objectives are similar also. We can say that both the way they are trying to get the recyclable matter. Okay. So need to be see that what is the function of MRF. Is possible that sometimes the MRF will work for very specialized kind of material, okay, combustible matter. So in the combustible matter, especially paper, plastic, rubber, leather, this will be get only segregated. So non combustible matter won't get separated specially. So based on that, the role of MRF, we can finalize the type of materials also and the and how best we can prepare to the particular material for the buyers or end users. So and then the selection of material to be separated, which depends on the program set up in the community. So is again very important one. So if already the source segregation have started in the community and source segregated material only is receiving by the MRF station. Based on that also we can finalize that what kind of material. So it is possible that commingled waste is receiving by the MRF station or separated materials, only the dry matters are receiving by the MRF station has to be looked upon. And the identification of material specification, there also we need to see how much percentage of recyclable matters there we are getting it, and in India lot of inert content also is available. So that also need to be see that how much percentage of recyclable matters is possible to get it from the material received by the MRF stations. Then the development of separation process flow diagram, considering the characteristics of waste materials to be proposed, material specification, and based on the available equipments, we can develop the separation process. Then the determination of process loading rate, how many tons could be possible, and again based on the available equipments we can finalize whether that could be possible mechanically or manual process could be possible. Based on that we can determine the loading rate tons per hour. Then once it is finalized, then we will go for layout design, layout and design of physical facilities, which again depends upon waste variables, material delivery rates, loading rate and material flow and handling pattern. Based on that or design will change. Then the selection of equipments, like already we talked about front end loader. So, what kind of equipments will be required? Need to see environmental controls, the aesthetic controls, that also need to be seen in the MRF station. These are the special engineering considerations for MRF stations. Now, once I think we know that what are the different engineering considerations are required, then we can go for planning and designing process for MRF. So, in that one, first we will do the feasibility study, feasibility analysis, followed by we will go for technical and economical merits. This is the very important one, like coordination of MRF into a overall integrated waste management plan. That is one very important issue, technical issue, type of MRF, type of material that MRF can process, economical capital and operation cost, and especially we need sensitivity analysis for that. And ownership and operations, such as like possible that only the local authority will do entire work, like what we have seen in the Indore is a combined with the local authority along with the track pickers. And one of the New Delhi railway station, we saw that they have the operation they are doing along with the some local people, Safai Sena, and along with that one of the non-profit organization. So, could possible that we can make it with the combination, ownership could be possible, like we can work in the PPP mode also, public private partnership mode also we can work. And then once we technically and technical merits will see that, then we will go for preliminary design, which includes the development of flow diagram. We can see that like you can see here, if entire waste is commingled waste is reaching, so biodegradable will go different way, recyclable matter will go different way. So, we can see we can first develop the flow material, then mass balance. This is important, we can get the mass balance, how much amount is receiving by the MRF and how much percentage could be possible to get segregated, that mass balance has to do. Then we can finalize the loading rate for unit operation, then development of physical facilities. Then final design include the properties of final plans and specification of final constructions. But along with that, I think very important one issue has to be discussed. I think few issues like siting, location, that is very important. So, these MRF could be located into the remote locations, such as much as buffer as possible, or you know in India that NIMBY is already known. NIMBY is not in my backyard. Nobody wants these kind of stations near to their household area, near to their residential area, but also need to be very close to the highways. So, based on that, siting is very important first. So, idea is that people should not be complained about such locations. There should not be much objections from the local people. So, there are some considerations given by the Asian Development Bank in 2013 that was given in the Philippines. So, that we can also use into developing countries like India. So, what consideration they propose that MRF needs to be located close to the existing road, but traffic resulting from the movement of the waste collection truck should be considered. So, idea was that the close to the existing road, but I think traffic has to be C, and these facility must be near or within the urban areas that generate more amount of waste or more recyclable matters are coming from that particular area. Next consideration was the minimum buffer zone of 100 meter, this is the buffer zone, okay. 100 meter is used for sensitive receptor such as school. So, school, hospital, parks or some residential areas. This MRF station 100 meter far from these kind of sensitive receptors. if area is zoned, MRFs are preferably located in an industrial zone. Okay. This is also one of very important thought, or close to the sanitary landfill, okay, to facilitate efficient movement of waste from the various generator and disposal of residual or biodegradable material. Next consideration was MRF should be sited in flat or gently sloping or stable area to reduce excavation cost and avoid problem of slope stability. So, the idea is that because why to pay the unnecessary money for that. So, if wherever the flat area we are getting it and stable area we are getting it, means I think there should not be a flood in such area. There should not be unnecessary excavation is required in such area. So, that kind of location we can finalize. So, I think these are very good considerations we can also use in India. Next is the environmental issue. Environmental issue like traffic, because lot of movement of vehicles will be there in that particular area. So, because of that lot of environmental issues will come up, like air pollution issues. So, that need to be seen. Noise, lot of noise will come up. Noise not only by the unit operations inside the MRF stations, and also traffic because of lot of transportation, lot of traffic movement in this area. So, the thought is that noise level should be within the permissible limit, okay, inside the MRF station. And dust, obviously lot of dust will get produced, which I talked in one of the lecture also. The particulate matter production will be there inside the MRF station. So, worker should be provided with the proper mask or microfilter mask, and I think whenever they are going inside the MRF station or working along with the waste, they should have the mask with them, and some cleaning facility also is required inside the MRF stations. Next is the odor and airborne litter. So, there could be a possible proper ventilation is required to avoid the accumulation of bad odor. So, this is possible when the commingled waste will come to the MRF station, but is only the recyclable matter will come, need not to worry about the much odor or airborne litters. Vector control. So, obviously proper vector control facility should be there if commingled waste will come up. Next is the public health and safety, which include general public and employee. So, employee should be protective clothing, puncture proof gloves, air filter, showers, okay, is required. So, is proper clothing you can see in this photograph, and proper gloves you can see. Next is the economics. So, is a very sensitive to the market price, because whatever the materials are getting segregated, that has to be sold, then only you can get it some kind of operation cost for running of this MRF station. So, is a very highly sensitive to the market price and must be environmentally correct or to be shut down. So, these are very important issues need to be discussed before finalizing the location of MRF station. So, thank you for this, and now I think until that in the last two lectures we properly understood that the dry matter how best we can segregate, and by having unit operations inside the MRF stations, we are able to segregate material based on the component wise. So, now all the components are got segregated, like paper got segregated separately, plastic got segregated. In plastic also recyclable plastics are segregated properly, combustible plastics are segregated properly. Along with that, some more material like metal, glass, rubber, leather, these all components are get segregated. So, in the next lecture what I thought of, I will give proper technical information about their recycling facilities, like simple with the plastic. Now, everyone knows that most of the plastics are recyclable matter, but what are the different technical way or different ways that plastic could be get recycled, not only for the production of the new plastic material, also could be possible to produce some different kind of product out of that. That I'll talk into next lecture, so that you people can understand how best this material, segregated material is a how best is a recyclable, or technically the operation how these recyclable operations could be possible to run to produce recyclable matter or some different products we can get it from these kind of stations. Okay, thank you.